no. Well, and of course, the big news this year was Mason Klein coming on board with Kove. And, you know, Mason, I met Mason when he was 15 years old, and he approached me because I'd done 2 Dakars with just, hey, how do I do? What do I do? How to become a rally racer? And I was like, wow, well, good luck with that. That's a pretty far road to do, but he's got what it takes. That kid
He's great.
His brain, the way that his mind works, I think is the key to his success, and his riding skill and everybody. But talk about it a little bit. There's a little bit of a mixed bag. He did really good at the beginning. Obviously, there was some very publicly viewed teething issues and stuff. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very rushed collaboration, no doubt about it. And I think the first time that EX engine, the new engine on the Generation 2, he wanted to race that one because it does have a lot more power, a lot more competitive, you know, top power type design to it. And we offered him the standard model or the race model, and we tried to explain to him that, you know, this is very new.
The risk.
There's a risk and a reward there, but he wanted to go for it, and so we're like, all right, let's do this. And so it was very rushed, very quickly put together, but you know, I mean, obviously we would have liked to have better results and things, but for the time and what it put into it, and just the timing of it was as good as it could have been, really, with the short notice and everything. Because I think the first time we actually saw that EX engine run was maybe 40 days before Dakar.
Oh, my gosh!
It had some testing with Sunye, the Chinese riders, and things like that, you know, some 24-hour testing and things like that in China. But, you know, it's a different level when you've got a caliber rider like Mason and he's pushing it to the limits. And, you know, there's a lot of learning there for Mason as far as that goes, and same thing for us at the factory level, developing the bike. It was very early, but we got a lot out of it. We gained a lot of information, and next year's Dakar will be better because of it. So,
well, we're going to hold off on that. That's my next question. You know, what a lot of people don't remember, and because I worked at KTM at the time, it took KTM 10 years to break through it. We would lead Dakar for the first half, for the first 3 quarters, and then break down. This happened all through the 90s and into the early 2000s before they finally broke through. A lot of people don't remember that. I do. I lived through it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, so hold your head up. I mean, for God's sake.
It's been great. I mean, it's been very positive. I think we all gained a lot of experience out of it, and you know, Mason got a lot of great exposure himself, and I think it worked out really well. It's been very positive.
So what can you say about Kove and Mason's future together? Is there anything in place that for sure that moving forward, or are you guys still working on it, or how do you, where's that relationship stand?
I think everybody has the idea and the plan to try to really make something work for next year. There's a lot of opportunities that I think he's got going on. He can speak better for himself, but a lot of opportunities he's got going on with some potential to ride some other brand bikes in Brazil. Some different rallies and some different events. And we, you know, that was part of it going into it in the first, is that he wanted to make sure he didn't handcuff his opportunities that he's got going on, and I think it worked out really well. But yeah, I mean, you know, Kove at the factory absolutely loves Mason. He's got a huge following in China now because of how he's handled things.
TikTok over there, I bet she's a movie star.
Yeah. And so if we can make things come together, if we can get the bike refined and detailed like it needs to be going into it, then yeah, I hope we can make that work. There's nothing set in stone now, but everybody is moving in that positive direction if we can make that work.
God, that would be awesome. So this other big news that just came out is here stateside is that SCORE just created an all-new adventure class for the 2024 SCORE series, you know, with Kove in mind. And, you know, we've been working really hard. Andy Kirker, obviously, is the motor liaison with SCORE, has been busting his butt to make motorcycles relevant again. We had over 100 entries at the 1,000. Motorcycles are coming back strong. It would be great to see Kove kind of funnel in and help us in that effort. What can you tell us about that moving forward?
Yeah, it's been awesome. I mean, it's like a dream come true to be able to have bikes possibly in that kind of a caliber. In the Baja, I mean, that's as big as it gets, and Dakar is as big as it gets. So it'd be great. Yeah, the adventure class, I think that's what they're calling it.
Yep.
And it's a 650 limitation. So, and that's kind of cool too, because that opens up the doors for some of the old XR guys that want to bring those back out. But it's all very positive, you know, right now as it is. Yeah, we probably are the leader as far as a production bike that fits that class, but hopefully other people jump in as well. And there's AJPs that are possibilities, and I think that'd be a great bike for that class. And so,
is there a minimum fuel requirement in that class?
Yeah, I believe it's 5.5 gallons or so.
So you have to carry 5.5 gallons on board, which adventure rally bike fits that bill.
And, you know, even for the guys that are not, you know, everyone thinks of the rally bike as the road book type event, but this is not a road book event, but it also gives guys a chance to ride that bike in that same type of environment, maybe focus more on the riding and perfect those skills, and then when they go to do the road book stuff, they're ready for that as well.
More prepared.
Yeah.
No, I mean, gosh, it's exciting times actually for Kove. I want to switch gears a little bit, and let's talk about the business side of Kove, because starting any new distributorship up and a new brand in the United States is, you know, it's not, it's a tough road to hoe. There's a lot of things going on there. I mean, first of all, where are you with your dealer development and with your introduction into the States? If anybody was out there looking to become a Kove dealer, kind of walk us through what that looks like.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of dealers from some of the existing products that we have. We've done the GPX Moto products, and earlier than that, the Pitster Pro products. So it's, as far as the distribution and that, it's not a new thing for us. Obviously, Kove's at a different caliber of product and brand, and so that's a different thing to take on for sure. But
a little bit higher standard for entry, become a dealer than
higher standards. And definitely a very high caliber product. You know, we have a lot of dealers that are signing up regularly now. The rally bike has just been approved as a 50-state street legal model.
It is. So it's street legal for dual sport, and even in California.
Yeah, even in California.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that those bikes are on order now. We should see those in probably late summer of 2024. So later this summer, and if dealers are interested, we definitely are looking for areas or for territories and sign up
how do they get in touch with you?
Yeah, just KoveMotoUSA.com. There's a dealer application there they can fill out, and or a phone call away, or emails. It's just as easy as check us out on
right now, is you represented pretty much roughly around the country, would you say, or is it more on the West Coast?
I mean, we've got probably more of a presence on the West Coast, just because that rally bike in the previous last 6 months, it's been imported as an off-road bike. So the off-road market has really kind of gravitated to that more so in the West Coast than it has in the East Coast. But as they become the 50-state certified, then there's definitely an opportunity for awesome dual sport, lightweight adventure models. So
well, and what's really cool, as I've been down to your display several times, there's a lot of other products out there that are kind of just in the wings from Kove. Some pretty exciting stuff that I saw there. A pure dirt bike version. I saw some on-road stuff.
Yeah.
What, where's all this headed?
Yeah, I mean, we have the Motocross 250 is available now. That one is in the States, and then we'll have the 450 Motocross in about 6 months as well. There's an inline or a twin cylinder 800 adventure bike that's coming, and then an off-road, very capable off-road version of that as well. It's just kind of a little bit of a crazy project, but we basically want to build the baddest off-road motorcycle twin cylinder. Just it's not for everybody, but we want to go for the
sign me up. I'm all over that. Well, there is really a market for that, and I think a lot of the other manufacturers are missing out not offering a rally style bike at an affordable price as a dual sport bike, or their adventure bikes are all leaning more towards street use. They're definitely not really. Yeah, they're competent off-road, but you better make some adjustments and stuff to them. But something out of the box that would be perfect for that, there's a fairly good market for that.
Yeah, I mean, an amazing Baja type bike, and I mean, it's not for everybody, but there's enough people out there that like the big horsepower, lightweight, and that's kind of the focus on that 800 rally for sure. I mean, we're signing up dealers left and right. We're excited about the projects. There's a lot of really cool stuff happening. The Motocross 450 should be out in about 6 months, and that's a true 62, 65 horsepower, under 230 pounds. So I mean,
well, I could see one of those in the winner's circle at the Baja 1000 in the future. That would be an interesting story.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do. There's a lot of fun stuff happening, so we're excited.
As a lifelong enthusiast and racer and someone in the industry, I have to say, Kove's really been a breath of fresh air. Something to kind of get excited. I think it's fundamentally changing the way people think about Chinese manufacturing and the whole scape there. And Mr. Zhang, I watched him on air, and I realized that he's just like anybody else that's ever had that off-road dream. He might be from China, but he lives it, breathes it, bleeds it like we do.
Yeah, that's what's been a lot of fun, is working with guys like that. They all ride the bikes. They're all involved in the bikes. It's not a copy. A lot of people think of China as just a copy thing, and it's not that. There's a lot of passion, a lot of things going on with the factory and with the brand. So that's what's exciting about it.
Good luck, Gary. We're pulling for you.
All right, thank you.